What's going on, my dudes? Oscar checking in. I got a new video for you. This is a haul video. This is a small haul. This is like, what, 23 volumes, I think, altogether that are in this haul. But I wanted to do this because I really don't have anything else to present this week. And last week I did my review of my new phone. And this is the old one right here. All the videos that I used to do, I did them on this thing right here. It's so wild to hold this. It feels so weird holding it now. You know, he's like, I've been using my Galaxy S22, but this was my Galaxy S10, and this is responsible for like the 43 videos that are up on my channel right now. So that phone did me a great justice. But today I was actually going to record a different video. I was actually going to talk about Goodnight Poon Poon. I'm going to be doing this in the future. I'm going to be talking about the first 3 volumes of Goodnight Poon Poon. And I'm almost done with this one. I didn't finish it in time to do the videos, to do the first of 3 videos that I'm doing. So first video I'm going to cover 1 through 3 volumes 1 through 3, and then the second video I'm covering volumes 4 through 6, and then the last video I will be covering volume 7. Like, I have like 3 core things that I do on this channel, and that's like my Let's Talk About, the Why You Should Read, and the Vinyl Journeys, and like I kind of want to do more stuff. That's why I did the review of my phone, the vlog. I'm actually going to do another vlog coming up. I got a new shelf that I'm going to be putting in, so this shelf over here is going to be no more, and there's going to be a bookshelf there, so I'm going to be doing that as a vlog as well. I'm not really sure when exactly I'm going to be doing it, but possibly in the next couple weeks. And as you can see, I have some figures back here. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of those figures. I have more coming in, and once I get everything together, I plan on doing an unboxing. And I don't want to waste your time any further. Initially I was going to save this to do in March and collect my March and February stuff, but I'm probably end up doing a February or March April haul, just because I really don't see myself collecting that much more stuff. I'm kind of happy with where I am with my manga collecting, and yeah, I mean, we'll see, you know, what ends up happening if stuff that I really need goes on sale, like was the case in January, where it kind of went crazy. But let's kind of kick this thing off with some Shuzo Shimmy. I got a lot of his stuff, like right off the bat. So I've only read this first volume of Happiness, and then I have volume 2 here. I actually have volume 3 as well, but I'm not going to show it to you because that arrived in March, and this is my February haul. So I'm not going to show you that volume. I'll show it to you next month, if not month after next. Actually, yeah, month after this. I'll show it to you in April, and by then hopefully I'll have read most of the series. I'm trying to keep this all to the stuff that I picked up last month in February. So I'm only going to show you stuff from February. And yeah, I love this series, dude. I've only read this first volume, but it's so good. It's like Let the Right One In mixed with... What is it? Let the Right One In mixed with like Thirst. Yeah, Thirst by Park Chan-wook is what this reminds me of. It's like really melancholic. It's like really melancholic, and I've enjoyed the hell out of it. And this dude's drawings are so good, dude. Shuzo Oshimi's drawings. Yeah, Oshimi's drawings. His drawings are so incredible, and I love the artwork on these covers. And I had no idea the series existed until I started, you know, buying his other series, and let's talk about those as well. So I now have Blood on the Tracks, volume 3 right here, and then I also have volume 2 right here. So I have these 2 volumes. I have not started this yet. I want to get into the series. I'm just going to keep collecting it. I have, like I said, I have volumes 2 and 3 here, and I have volume 1 on the shelf as well. That's in my to be read. So I'll probably be jumping on that really soon. And yeah, I know this is a really like fucking weird series, and I want to like collect all of it. That way I can just like go through it at my leisure and like have it all already in front of me, because I'm really worried that I'm gonna end up not being able to read this because it'll sell out or something, because that happens, and it has happened with this dude's work where it disappears. And since we're gonna keep the Shuzo Oshimi train going, I wanted to show you my volumes of the Flowers of Evil. So I got volumes 1 and 2 of Flowers of Evil. Volume 3 I have in a cart, and I'm going to be ordering that next week. So I'm trying not to like go too bananas with my spending. I already went too crazy in December and in January with spending. I went a little too nuts. So I'm trying to like dial it back a little bit. Yeah, I'll get volume 3 and then volume 4, and then that will complete the Flowers of Evil. But I've been going kind of hard with collecting Shuzo Oshimi's writing with his manga, and if the others are as good as Happiness has been so far, with even though I've only read the first volume of Happiness, then I cannot wait to read the rest of it. And I've kind of like just gone on blind faith, you know what I mean? Like that I bought these and that I'm buying all of Blood on the Tracks, and I'm planning on finishing this as well. And I've only read the first volume of Happiness, so I'm kind of like just going on like blind faith that I'm not going to be let down. Like I have a feeling that I'm not going to be let down at all, just because this dude's work is so celebrated, and it took me such a long time to even get my hands on it. But regardless, I am really looking forward to it, and I'll let you guys know what I think once I either once I start the first volume of this or even Blood on the Tracks. And I'm going to be doing a video about Happiness really soon. I'm not really sure when exactly, because I have so much stuff that I'm trying to do in the YouTube sphere and just in my personal life. Like I have so much going on that I'm gonna figure something out. It'll work out a way to get around to it all. I now have the last volume of Raw Hero. I have all of Raw Hero. I've read the first volume of the series and I loved it. I actually read it pretty recently, the first volume of Raw Hero. But yeah, I want to say that it didn't go the way that I was kind of anticipating it or expecting it to go, and that's a good thing. It definitely blew my mind, blew my expectations, and it's so much fun. Like it's so irreverent, and it's just been so over the top, which shouldn't be any surprise. I mean, this is the same dude that did Prison School, Akira Hiramoto, and this is a lot shorter. Like it says final right there. See, volume 6 final. So I'm assuming that's it. Like this ends the whole series, and they're like really small volumes. And so, yeah, I mean, I hope that it has a satisfactory conclusion, given that it's so short. I kind of wanted it to be like Prison School, where there's like just like a bunch of like thick boys, thick volumes. But sadly, that was not the case. And yeah, I'm genuinely excited to see like where it's gonna go, because of the way that volume 1 ended. It ended in like a really raunchy way, and yeah, I'm so just it's already reminding me of just the no holds barred that was Prison School. And yeah, definitely check this out. It is pretty mature. I will say it is extremely mature, and there is a reason that these volumes are sealed, because what is contained inside is not for people underage. Asadora. I have the first volume now of Asadora, and these volumes are really big. Like they're tall, which is cool. I think it's taller than this, yeah. So these are like really tall volumes. And I've not started this first volume yet, but I'm going to collect the series. I'm going to collect all of the volumes of it, just because like I love Naoki Urasawa's work, and I want to support as much as I can and just collect everything that he has out in English, though there's a bunch of stuff of his that I don't own that is available in English, but I'm slowly getting there. Like I have most of Monster. I still need volume 5 of Monster, and then I have 20th Century Boys back there. I need volume 2 of 20th Century Boys, and then I'll have all of the set. I also need 21st Century Boys, and then that will complete my 20th Century Boys set. So yeah, I have Asadora here, and this is kind of like a weird story, I guess. Like there's something that happened a long time ago, and then it kind of intertwines with like something that happens in the future, and it involves aliens, and then there's a girl that was kidnapped or something. So there's a lot of like stuff going on in this manga, but it is Urasawa, and I love that it is him. And like I like this right here. This is like, it's like postcards or something. It folds out, which is really cool. And all of them, I guess, do this. So this is just the first volume, and I like the color scheme too. The blue and the red. So yeah, I mean, I want to finish, because I'm still reading it. I want to finish Pluto, and then once I finish Pluto, I might either start Asadora, or I'll try to get into Monster, since I have at least volumes 1 through 4 of Monster that I can go through and hopefully get my hands on volume 5 of that, and even volume 2 of 20th Century Boys. Chainsaw Man volume 9. I love this series so much. I know I say that like every time I do a haul video and I end up with a volume of Chainsaw Man, I gush over how much I love Chainsaw Man. But this is it, dude. We're close to the end. There's just 2 volumes left. Volume 10 and then Volume 11. Volume 11 closes the whole series out. And that's going to be wild to have the whole complete set. I read it online on the Viz app, so I know what happens in the series. Still, it feels so nice to be able to own it, these physical volumes. And I'm so happy to be able to, own a part of Chainsaw Man. I do have a Chainsaw Man tattoo right here. I have Makima from Chainsaw Man tatted on my arm. Yeah, the series has meant so much to me, and I cannot wait for the upcoming anime based on this manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto. And I think I did a Why You Should Read about Chainsaw Man. I know I definitely did one. I did a Fire Punch one as well, calling Fire Punch a masterpiece. And this dude, I feel like he just doesn't miss. He also has like a collection, but it's only in Japanese, I think, of like unreleased stories or something. And then there's also his last one shot, it was like previously released stories or something. And then he has this one shot, look back, which I wish they would do a physical for in English. Maybe throw in some artwork or something, just to kind of make it a nice, thick volume. And I would love to own Look Back, because that story was so somber and beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. Hitomi Chan is Shy with Strangers, Volume 3. I feel like I've been waiting an eternity for this volume. This story is so adorable, dude. It's so good. And it reminds me of Gomi Can't Communicate, and I'm going to be going into Gomi Can't Communicate in a second. If you saw the thumbnail, you know that I collected a whole lot of Gomi Can't Communicate. But this series is really worth it as well. Hitomi Chan is Shy with Strangers. If you like Gomi Can't Communicate, please read this series. I actually did a video about it on my channel, and maybe I'll even link the video in the description of this if I remember. I'll link the video of Hitomi Chan is Shy with Strangers so that you have an idea of what you're getting into and why it is a good story, and I think it's worth reading. And I have feelings for Hitomi Chan. No, I don't. I have feelings for Hitomi Chan because she is adorable as hell. She is so much fun. I love this girl, and she's even my profile picture on my Gonzo Collectibles account on Instagram. So yeah, I haven't read this yet, but I'm really excited to get into it. And then I don't even know when the hell Volume 4 is going to come out. So it's probably going to be an eternity before we even get our hands on Volume 4 in English. So yeah, please check the series out. A bunch of these were out of stock, and then they just, for whatever reason, all went on sale. So now I have a ton of Hitomi Chan. I have a ton of Gomi Can't Communicate. And so these are all my Gomi Can't Communicate volumes. I have no regret about just going, bananas and buying all of these Gomi Can't Communicate volumes, because this series is so adorable. I'm not sure up to what the Netflix anime covers. I'm not sure up to what volume it covers. I think there's 20 something episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I think there are 20 something episodes, or maybe there are less. I can't say, but I have volumes 1 through 10, and then I'll probably start collecting the rest of it, 11 and onward, to have the whole series. And I have volumes 1 and 2 over here on the shelf as well. So that's my next thing. Is trying to collect all of Gomi Can't Communicate. Because I love the Netflix show. It's so cute. It's so adorable. And I'm not really into like super cutesy stuff. I usually like the darker side of things, like the darker side of manga and whatnot, as you can tell from looking at the shelf behind me. But I just I do have that soft spot. I liked Honey and Clover. I think that's what that show was called, Honey and Clover. Suzuka, I think, was another one. God, there was I used to watch these random shows. Clanad. I remember watching Clanad. There's all these shows Angel Beats, from my anime days from the mid 2000s, and yeah, I've definitely always had that little soft spot for cutesy stuff. And then I also have Rent a Girlfriend. I have volumes 1 through 9, and then I have volume 10 in a cart because I stopped collecting. I had stopped collecting Rent a Girlfriend because I just was falling behind on my manga reading, and I didn't want to keep collecting volumes of it if I wasn't going to be reading them. But then I hit this thought, like, you know what, if I don't just collect it right now, it'll end up selling out, and then I won't be able to get my hands on it, and then it's gonna be a nightmare. Then I gotta pay out the ass to get my hands on them, as is usually the case with Dorohedoro. So if you don't get your hands on Dorohedoro volumes like the second they go back in print or in stock, whatever, then you are probably going to be one of those people that pays like $100 for a volume 2 or a volume 23, because I've seen it on Mercari and like on eBay and whatnot. I've seen people, I've seen people pay like $90 for this, and then I've seen people pay like $100. I saw like, I think like on different occasions I've seen people pay like $130 for this last volume of Dorohedoro. I don't know if it was because it was a first press or something, and that's why they were like, oh, I gotta spend my whole fucking week's paycheck on Dorohedoro volume. But I'm happy to say that I now have all of Dorohedoro with volumes 2 and 3. That completes my whole set, and I was so excited, dude, when I finally completed. I'm like even getting chills right now thinking about it. I was so excited when I finally finished my Dorohedoro set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back through and I'm going to read all of Dorohedoro start to finish. I'd left off originally on like volume 16. For whatever reason, I never like continued it on. I don't know why, I just left it there. But you know, life goes that way, you know, where like you'll end up going through some stuff, and then whatever piqued your interest will kind of like become transient, and you just won't have any desires to really connect with the things that were a part of your life. And that's kind of what happened with me. You know, I entered like kind of like a bout of depression, and yeah, I guess I fell off with Dorohedoro and kind of fell off with manga. And it was more recently that I started to reconnect and rekindle my love for manga, and I've been, you know, like slowly just building a collection that I'm really proud of. Like, I'm really proud of my manga collection. I don't have like tons of stuff just because like I don't buy whatever. I'm not just like, ooh, manga, you know, like it has to be something that I really want. And yeah, I mean, it feels so good, dude, to finally have this whole set. And I will do a video about it once I go through volumes 1 through 23. I'll do a video about Dorohedoro, and yeah, I can't wait. Really excited about it. Alright, so I now have volumes 4 and volume 5. Just making sure that was correct. Volumes 4 and 5 of Vinland Saga. And if you don't, I don't know if you guys watched my last haul video, but in the last one I got volumes 3 and 6, and now I have 4 and 5, so that at least I now have volumes 1 through 5 of Vinland Saga. And I think it's up to like 11. I think it's up through like 11 that are available physically. But I'm kind of happy right now, right at this moment, with like volumes 1 through 6. But if I start seeing that like volume 7 or something starts running low on stock, where there's only like so many copies left of it, I'm probably going to jump on it, because of the fact that like, you know, 6 was so fucking hard to get my hands on. Like, it was really difficult to get my hands on 6. I saw that it went live, and like I ordered it like the second I saw that it went live, and then that same day it was back out of stock. And so sometimes you got to be careful, man. Like, if you see like a number start dwindling on a manga that you want, don't wait. Just buy it, dude. Buy that manga, because it will sell out, and then someone, it's like they just magically know, like people on Mercari and like eBay and whatnot, they just magically know that a series sold out, and the second it sells out, they hike those prices right up, like they're watching it or something, just waiting, biding their time. So yeah, really happy to own all of these. I'm going to start it over again. I'd read volumes 1 and 2, and for whatever reason just never picked up volume 3, but I'd read them years ago. I think like 2015 or so was when I'd initially read them, and then just kind of fell off for whatever reason, and then never continued it. And it's kind of a shame, because this is actually like a really well written series, and like this dude did so much research to write this series, and that's something to be commended. Makoto Yakimura did so much work, you know, to write the series, and it's something I think that is to be commended. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a worthy series checking out and whatnot. All right, we are getting to the nitty and gritty, and before we do the final volumes, I wanted to really quickly talk about something that I think is really important, and that is, I want to talk about these volumes right here. And these are gifts from my good friend Justin Joseph. So right here we have barefoot again, and this is a really powerful story. I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it yet myself. Justin gave this to me, and it is about essentially a boy's journey through like war-torn Japan, and he sees the horrors of war, of the bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and it looks like it is just like a really powerful, really emotional, really gripping read about the aftermath of war. And it's really tragic with what's going on in the world right now, and what's going on in the Ukraine, and that stuff is really just utterly heartbreaking to me, that humans have this capacity for evil, and it's just devastating, dude, that anyone would do that to another person. And yeah, I really look forward to reading this. So thank you, Justin, for these volumes, man. And then this is another volume that Justin sent me. This is called The Abandoned, and this is by Ross Campbell. And this is supposed to be a manga, but it doesn't really have the format of a manga. So that's kind of interesting to me, but it was released by Tokyo Pop. You can see right there, it's released by Tokyo Pop, and it even says it's a manga on the back. So, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it. It is really gory. Like I flipped through it a little bit, and it is definitely really gory. And you know what? I'll cherish these. These were gifts from a really good friend of mine, and I don't need to just own like a really specific type of thing. I'm always grateful, and I'm always honored to be given anything by anyone, because I don't believe that anyone has to do anything for me. I don't feel like anybody. I always tell like whenever I ask people to sub, I always say you don't have to if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, just because I have this thing where like I don't want anyone to do anything that they don't want to do, and I don't want anyone to feel pressured into doing things that they don't want to do. So if anybody ever gives me a gift or anything, I cherish it, and I cherish these 2 volumes, and I'm never gonna get rid of them. I'm never gonna sell these. These will be with me for the rest of the time. I will be buried with these volumes. So thank you, Justin. I appreciate the hell out of it, man. I don't know if you've watched this far into it or not, but thank you, dude. I will value these for the rest of my life. As with last time, these are my latest Berserk volumes. I now have volumes 4 and 5 of Berserk. These deluxe omnibus volumes. They're so sick, dude. They're so heavy too. Like, they're really heavy. I don't know how much they weigh, but they're hefty boys, and it feels so good to own these. Like, I can't wait to open them. Like, I'm thinking about waiting until like I have the whole set of the volumes. I don't know which volume it ends on, because I know volume 11 is coming out, so I don't know if volume 11 is the last volume, or if there's going to be a volume 12, because of the fact that Miura wrote just so much and made this world so expansive, and it's insane, like how much dedication and love and care he put into this series. So yeah, I mean, I plan on collecting the whole thing, and luckily I have enough room on my shelf that's in the corner over there to where I can put all of these volumes up there, and they'll fit nice and snug along that first tier. So yeah, I mean, I feel really fortunate to have that. I feel lucky that volumes 1, 2, and 3, because those were sold out. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 became available, so I was able to add those to the collection. And I think I did volume 1 by itself in a video, and then I did volumes 2 and 3 in another video, and now I'm doing 4 and 5. And I actually just received 6 in today, but I didn't include it because, like I said, we're in March. This is all a February haul, and actually, since it is March, I actually just today went to see the Batman, and I'm wearing this Lighthouse shirt, and I wore the Lighthouse shirt to see the Batman, because my boy, right there, my boy Robert Pattinson, is dang old Batman, and I loved it. It was such a good film, so it was really cool to see Robert Pattinson be like a really brutal Batman, just like destroy his opponents. I won't say anything about it. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone that maybe hasn't seen it or anything, but I think it's definitely one of the better Batman movies that's come out that I've seen. So yeah, it was really cool. And that's it. That's my haul. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing next week. Hopefully the Goodnight Poon Poon video. Also want to, like, I have these figures behind me. I'm thinking about doing a video unboxing them. I have like more figures that I want to get my hands on, and so we'll see what I do there. And yeah, I definitely have a vlog that I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna like take you guys with me. That's gonna be my next vlog. I'll take you guys with me as I rearrange my shelves. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I'm just gonna be doing, you know, going forward, just with this and then everything. And yeah, hopefully you'll join me in my future endeavors and hang out with me. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out. My name is Oscar. Please take care of yourselves. Until next time we meet.